Longwood, we had, I call it the commissioner fiasco, where I dubbed these guys.
Why do you call it a fiasco?
Well, it was bad, man. It was basically, I referred to them as the good old boys, and they basically every day were doing the robocall thing, and it was all hit piece stuff. You know, it was all it was all propaganda and trying to scare voters into voting for them, kind of a thing. And
right.
So it just seemed like we just went through all of this stuff, and you know, we were trying to get those guys out of there in Longwood and put in some decent commissioners.
Well,
and I just feel like I just rolled right back into the same sort of thing that's going on here, like with, for example, with you.
Every political cycle that's going to happen when you have men and women who aren't, you know, politicians or groomed to be politicians. Whenever they step up to try to represent us, you're going to have that happen, just like in Longwood.
Yeah, you're getting hammered right now.
Oh,
with,
look, it started out with those fake calls, those fake poll calls, where I had a lady that supports me, had a fake phone call come up that, you know, they asked, well, who are you going to vote for? She said, Don. And then the caller then tried to slander me, and then asked her, you know, well, knowing this information, would you change your vote? And she said, absolutely not. I know Don.
Right.
And Don's gonna, you know, I'm gonna vote for Don to represent me. Well, and then the guy even went a step further and said, hey, well, you know, within knowing, you know, this stuff, normally people change their mind, and you're not gonna change your mind. And she said, no, absolutely not. And matter of fact, who's paid for this?
Right.
She asked him that question, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, you know, my boss doesn't let me know who pays for this.
Right.
Now that is that fine line, that in not knowing what organization or who put them up to doing this, that's potentially slanderous and illegal. Okay, so that's what you get out of these political hacks when you hire these political consultants that are known to behave like this and try to slander good folks.
They're political hitmen.
When you have somebody that's a good old boy or a friend or a part of the system of the good old boys, they want to keep their power. So what they're going to do is
their only tactic is to scare the hell out of you, so that you don't vote for, like what they're trying to do with you is they want to scare the public into not voting for you.
Absolutely. When they know that I'm going to go up there and represent the people, okay, so within my filing my candidacy and everything, I put out in writing, in bullet points, this is what I'm going to do. Am I conservative? Yes. And here's what I stand for. Well, if you were to look at my political opponent, he doesn't stand for anything. He's not giving you any depth and weight in writing, you know, what he stands for, or what he's going to fight for.
Well, if you look into...
And so I'm a threat to that system. And if you go to the supervisor of elections, you follow the money, you're going to see where they're funding him to the hilt.
Who's funding him?
All these political action committees,
yes.
the developers, all these people that have a vested interest in making money off the community.
So if he wins, is he going to have the people's best interest, or is he going to have this big business?
I'm going to tell you the truth is no. You know, obviously within this specific race, he has had an opportunity to make commitments to the citizens that all the other major candidates within the county commission races have signed a pledge to protect the people and their interest. The government accountability pledge, the rural boundary pledge. He's refusing to sign those. So they know the momentum that I'm getting, and that's why you saw that completely horrible hit piece that went out. Right. You know, because they know that I'm gaining ground. They know that people are going to, the good citizens of Seminole County are going to see through this. So don't think
they did in Longwood. They definitely did in Longwood.
Oh yeah, this isn't going to stop. This is only going to get worse. You know what? But I'm not going to back down. I'm not going anywhere. I love our community, and I know that reform and change has to happen.
And that's the other thing.
There's things that the public doesn't even know that's happened to me and my family because of me deciding to run for the seat and go up against the establishment.
One of the biggest issues we probably have in the county is how they're spending our money.
Absolutely.
And you're an accountant. And are any of the other commissioners accountants? I mean...
Well, you know, in managing the accounting firm for my wife and I, you know, the main point that I get across to people is when we do people's taxes. You know, not only do I have clients here in Central Florida, I have clients all across the United States. And within that, you know, there's folks that understand how convoluted government is. I know that on a first-hand basis in dealing with, you know, Bob Jones that comes in to get his taxes done, and you know, we're trying to find every avenue to help him save money and keep money in his pockets.
Right.
I'm going to take that principle to the commission.
Right. Well, you know about budgets. You know, if you're running a business and you can't
not only
balance your budget, you're not going to stay in business very
Well, no,
long.
that's why I explained not only, you know, 7 years ago I came to work for my own firm. Prior to that, I was managing 3 multi-million-dollar projects for Peterson and Dean, which is a nationwide roofing company.
Right.
So I have a vast different experiences that I know will be complete assets to the citizens. These guys know that I mean business, so the shenanigans will not stop here.
Right. You're basically going to go up and if you're elected, you're going to shake things up and try to make some changes in there. That's going to be better for the
Jeff,
citizens.
I'm shaking things up now just by running. Okay, you're hearing some of my talking points come out throughout other political campaigns that I've been running on from day one. So I'm already making a difference. I'm already pushing the ball in a direction that people are getting riled up. They're getting excited. Why? Because they actually have somebody. They got their next door neighbor now has stepped up and said, you know what? Despite my past 15, 20 years ago, and I know that you guys are going to try to use this against me, I'm going to stand up to you. Nobody likes a bully.
Right.
You know that probably just as well as I do. I'm not going to allow them to continue to degrade our great county, hurt our citizens because they want what's in their financial best interest.
Right. All right, Don. Well, thanks for talking with me again.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you taking your time.
You bet, man. I'm
This
on your
is
side.
important.